What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. A quick word of the wise. I know reading is hard for Yu-Gi-Oh players, but you have to pre-register online for YCS Pasadena if you are going. Don't be booking that hotel and booking your flight if you haven't done this one simple step. And yo, thanks for subscribing to the channel, by the way. But seriously, it's only $20 to pre-register, and this makes sure you're playing in the event that you're bothering to spend all that money to get to. So don't spend like $400 and just forget this one simple step and then figure out, oh, there's an event cap. There's only so many people allowed in this building. Oh no, I can't play after spending all this money. Do the simple step and register online. And I would do this as your very first step before even going to the other steps. It's the cheapest one, right? That being said, let's go ahead into today's market watch. And Burst of Destiny not looking much better on TCG Player, and people spending their money at these prices. $150 on Phoenix Enforcer. You have the $100 on Ecclesia. Well, obviously they don't watch my market watches. What do I say time and time again versus these limited, non-interested in competition pre-salers barely undercutting each other? Wait for the big boys. Wait for the people not only interested by greed that will look at their estimated value pulled versus the sealed and that sort of stuff. Well, tier 0 pre-sales are up today, and Card Brawlers did a really good job yesterday as well, but they ran out of quantities fast. Well, tier 0 is coming in hot, and the disclaimer on their product is gone because they got their product order confirmation. So you will be getting their sealed in on wave 1, and look at Eternity Code and Rise of the Duelists. I feel like this falls between them. Code What's Good 5 for 5% off, and to support the channel directly makes this even cheaper. And if you're diamond handsing sealed, I think that's actually a pretty decent approach if you can resist the urge to open it up and go for those starlights and all these great decks inside. But at 82 a box and getting even cheaper, and then 900k, this is actually some of the cheapest left on the market, as you do see sealed flying off the shelf comparatively to even the cards every single day on TCG Player right now. But these prices are so much better. Although Card Brawlers did beat them on Destiny Hero Destroyer Phoenix at 75, they sold out like that, and tier 0's game is to keep some in stock and balance. But I expected the big boys even to put this at $99.99 or something along that, where the discount would put it at, you know, 95, and I even saw it being around 82 to 85 week 1. Well, they're pretty much trying to hit that week 1 price if you know the discount code. And then they have Ecclesia here at 62 and Sword Soul Mo Yi at 62, both beating Card Brawlers a little on price there, which they did sell out of their copies. And we all know, to be a Sword Soul player is to know pain. When we saw that rarity spread, we knew it would be freaking expensive, but at least it's much cheaper over here versus the TCG Player prices. Then we also see Small World at 25. This is a secret that a lot of people are eyeing, and I forgot the Impin was a sneak peek promo, but I don't think that will affect its long-term price all that much, as we see the sneak promos often even passing their secret rare counterparts these days, as locals get a very limited supply instead of everybody getting one with 5 packs. Each local gets like, what, 3 of them or something crazy small? And then the rest of the set falls out from there much cheaper. And Trouble Sunny, I expected to be around the $12 to $10 card. People do need multiples of them though. That's why I figured 12, and it's almost just about there on a pre-sale price. That's pretty darn good. So I'm liking how the set is stacking up on pre-sales. I love it when people don't lead with greed, rather than, okay, we can do this for our regular customer base, continue to make our margins, versus, yeah, come on, I'm the only one on this platform and you don't know any better, spend your money. Gosh dang it. Also, another note, the GX collector box for Speed Duels is selling out pretty much everywhere. It went off Big 3 deals last night, it went off on Gamer's Choice the night before, and this is just disappearing. I'm hearing rumors that the order window for this was very short, and people are kind of like, oh, I don't want to deal with wave 2 if there is a wave. This seems like it's going to be hard to get. So even though it is up a little, they do free international shipping, and the box is a bit bulky. Tier 0 is one of the last places I'm seeing with this at a competitive price, although a little above MSRP. If it's anything like the Battle City box, you could see this going up very quickly, but we still don't know what will be secret rare upgraded inside to make it worth it on that RNG, and I would be keeping it sealed probably instead of opening if it's similar ratios to last time. But if you do have an order, and you're not close to, getting that free international shipping, I would suggest also the golden cards. They'll have like gold pot of greed, the marshmallow, etc. in your orders, although you might not be able to mix pre-orders and get the free shipping. I'd actually look into that, so you might have to order the ones that are currently in stock rather than pre-order. Stardust Synchron's been creeping up in price. Somebody told me I missed this one. I covered the initial raise, going up towards $15, but now it's towards $18. This fan favorite looking boy has just increased in sales rates over time. Like, if you look at the graph, it's just consistently gone up ever since its inception onto the market, and really gotten crazy sales rates past what you would think it would. But yeah, going from that 15 to 18 range is just notable. From Donna Majesty, which is extremely thirsty from value. We've talked about it being like a DLC set ahead of the actual update to the game with Despias and, Sword Soul, Ready Fusion, the B Troopers, which kind of fell flat a little. You see B Trooper prices calming down and quantities going back up, but you always take that gamble with a, world premiere archetype that Konami's let us down time and time again. But it's still a pretty fun rogue deck, at least. But with the huge meta changes, people are like, it's Woody, the whole Woody meme, right? Like, I don't want to play with you anymore. Maximum Gold Sealed is shooting up, and I've actually pointed this out several times. Whenever a set becomes about a year old and it gets a, type 2, as we have El Dorado on the doorstep, where are the freaking spoilers? Well, you tend to see the sealed start to shoot up with it. You could get these for $31, $32, now they're $36, and these, you could have bought these pre-sale last time for what, $92, $95, as I recall, and you're doing really well if you listen to Diamond Handsing on those, and the singles inside have been appreciating and doing well, except for Imperm, which finally got an accessible reprint, thank gosh, but stuff like Appaloosa going from 4 to 5 to freaking 13, or Droll, I remember these starting at 3 and like, yeah, get that, now being $13. So many cards aged well, so pay attention to actually this kind of cycle on the singles from here, and really consider your approach maybe to Maximum Gold El Dorado versus the cards inside, because so many of these have done so freaking well for themselves over time, and it's just really incredible. Red Eyes Dark Dragoons bouncing back up. I saw this down to like $92, and people were paying attention to engines, but during the TCG player sale, it made it proportionally in percent not seem like that big of a jump, but look how many people started buying this card during the sale. Like, the rate is actually incredible that many people were waiting. You actually have to do the see more to get to the previous day, but just an incredible sales rate on this card. So people still demanding this engine, expect to be playing against it at locals, if not against certain decks in the top tier, rung of competitive play. Structured deck Mechanized Madness is up in price. I didn't know this one, and a lot of the singles are good, although I do think Solemn Strike will be in Grand Creators if it imports over from the OCG, and I really hope that is one of the collector rares. I see Grand Creators as the first potential for us to break the cycle of a deck building collector rare set not being profitable. Only the world premiere sets like Toon Chaos and King's Court have been successful so far, but I really think Grand Creator, with an engine that people actually like to play in multiple decks, has a chance depending on the collector rares alongside it. Now, Machina Overdrive is actually why I'm here. This common is pretty darn hard to get and is going up in price, and it's a really good card. I've watched this deck do work. We have the new Machina support also coming out in Burst of Destiny. That is no slouch, no joke. And then I looked over at Trap Trick and I was like, geez, that, I feel like the super rare is worth less than that. It's about the same, with actually a less market price than the common. This is just a friendly reminder, if you're in the market for a card and you just assume the common's the cheapest, type it in, look at the other versions, and see what you're actually buying, instead of just going, yep, I'm sure I'm buying the cheapest, because you could get a free holo upgrade on this card rather than being stuck with the common. That being said, thanks for watching today's Market Watch. Burst of Destiny pre-sales are super important here to actually note with this set. It really does feel like people are putting it on the level of Rise of the Duelists. I see it somewhere between Eternity Code and Rise, but what do you, as the viewer, think? Is this overhyped, underhyped, just the right amount of hype? Because we've been in such a dry spell, of course, that's right. Lightning Underdrive, Yawn of Majesty, like, it's been a bit. Blazing Dumpster Fire, that's 3 in a row, and this feels almost just perfectly timed to be that set that saves the 2022 Megatons with whatever gimmick they might put aside, because we don't have currently in front of us a Dragoon or Crossout Designator to save those 10s either, so it feels like this is the first step of, oh yeah, the Megatons, we better fix that, right? From Konami, and that kind of feels like it, right? Like, this is why we updated the game this way. But let me know what you think about this. Maybe I'm just a little bit cynical. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the conversation. Let me know what you think about the prices out of here. And if you're a Sword Soul player, I'm sorry, but I do wonder how much better it gets than this, because if we compare it to Eternity Code and Rise of the Duelist pre-sales, and it's between those, then a lot of things could be more expensive later on than their pre-sale prices, even with competition there.